Hello.
Welcome to the Aftershow. Hello.
After
Hello.
show. It
We're
is
on
the after show.
we're on what, episode 6?
Yep.
Yeah.
Episode
Maybe.
6. It pause. Because episode 5
Yeah.
is when it rains. Blah blah blah. It works. Accept it. For
that was a
those watching
fun,
this, thank you for
fun episode.
supporting us and our continued nonsense. I hope you enjoy the show, and I hope you continue to do so.
I'm totally not having a fight with my cat. It's fine.
I'm back. Sorry about that.
Well, we are now going to discuss after show related topics, such as an extra thing that Lucia would have found in her hackscapade of Operation Antigen. One of the locations is a warehouse in central London, which has a lot of cameras and like electronic security, but doesn't seem to have any physical security, at least none that you can find information on. And it lists prisoner names of kindred. You would recognize a lot of the kindred as being various kindred throughout the city. And one of them is a Jason Ryder, who you don't know, or at least it's not one that presented himself to the court. And
another one would be Mason Fist, which
God, these names.
Actually would have presented himself to the court. He was before the fall. He was kind of like a Mr. Fix-It for Queen Anne.
Right. He was a fixer. Queen Anne has a bunch. Like your coterie are a coterie of fixers. It's what you do. That's why you were sent to London. But
and Mason Fist was an us.
You know where all the captured kindred are being taken. You would also have access to video files where Khan and others are talking about the various kindred and like who they were and how they were captured and brought in. Basically preliminary information. Mostly it's Francis Ward doing the talking, like, because he's the more scientific. But that's what you would have found. And if somebody reminds me, I will repeat this in the session next week.
And if I may, will you allow me some creative liberty?
Sure.
As if you open up the video file for Jason Ryder, you see in the very first video file, Jason Ryder basically going over, like explaining to Francis Ward
there's only interrogations on this. It's just basic information. Yeah, it's like preliminary information on the kindred. You know how they were acquired, when and where, etc. It's not any interrogation.
Well, it would say willing. Then he would go. Subject known as Jason Ryder. Ryder did not put up a fight. Jason, Mr. Ryder willingly released himself into our custody.
Yeah, it would probably just say former prisoner, current, former. It would say status and say formerly prisoner, current informant. So then there's that for you.
So that's someone we have to kill.
Yeah, I was going to say, Lucy is immediately like, well, that bitch is dying.
Just a bit of is there any actual stats for things like grenades and explosives?
I think so.
There's we've been over this. This happened in the last iteration of this fucking campaign.
Oh, and
There's like one ruling in Fall of London for SI throwing a grenade down an elevator shaft, and then nothing. I don't think they even added them properly in the SI book.
and
But me and KTM came up with a ruling for it. I'll have to dig that out.
Okay, because I think we're going to be needing to use that soon.
Yeah.
sorry,
Just a hunch.
But yeah,
I just want to add one more thing. It would also probably state that his specialty is in electronic security.
So that bitch definitely needs to die.
But
Yeah.
can I quickly say something about that? I was going to say
Sure.
during the thing. Yeah,
sure.
there's actually it's a reason why Joey said he wanted to get a few low-level SI guards to do the attack, and not just. Joey would have been cool with just grabbing random civilians, handing them a shit ton of guns, and saying "go nuts." But he assumed most of the people in this group wouldn't have been cool with him using random civilians as,
Probably not.
cannon fodder.
Actually, let me check real quick. But
And by most of the coterie, I mean Lauren and Timothy.
It do be like that.
I mean, again, you don't have to. You can say one thing and do another.
I'm very good at doing that.
Yeah, but
yeah, no,
Joey's not the
Lucia would be entirely okay with that.
Weirdly enough, Joey's not cool with saying one thing and then doing another. If he says he's going to do something, he does it.
Oh, so he does have ethics. They're just weird ethics.
He's very truthful as a serial killer.
Yeah, he's a very he is a serial killer with a code of honor.
Yeah.
You know, if Joey was a mage, he would have spontaneously collapsed under his own paradox by now.
No, it's more Joey actually likes you guys, and he knows, lying and going behind your back, all that will do is make you, not like him as much.
Anyway, Doozer, stars and wishes.
Yar. Stars and wishes. We'll go to Gene.
No, Doozer, you start.
Oh, okay, fine. My
start.
star.
You start, or we'll forget you.
Anyway, Doozer, stars and wishes.
You're so mean to me. Honestly, my star was. I mean, it happened last week. It partially happened last week, but also happened this week. And that's Joey being a shit and recording the Hakata ritual. I did kind of like that. My wish is that my wish is that you go and have all the fun you can in the SI headquarters. That's what I wish for. I want you to trigger absolutely all of the traps, because that's going to be fun. I can't
Yeah, so we're not even going to go near the building. It's fine.
Yeah, that is why we're not going into the building.
we're gonna hijack a helicopter.
I know.
Loser, did you not listen to any of our planning during the final fight?
I know. It's sad. It's sad. It's my one wish, and you're not going to do it. Because a weapon I came up with is the coagulant mine, which the SI have this coagulant that is in a syringe that, when injected, causes the kindred's blood to thicken. The coagulant mine shoots multiple syringes.
Is this kind of technical spoilers for a future session?
Nope,
I'm
because
familiar
you're
with
going to
that
be avoiding it
syringe.
entirely.
I may or may not have used that syringe in a certain someone.
Yeah, you bitch.
Okay. Sorry, just another piece of information. All the captured vampires would have their clans listed because assumedly Jason told them what all clans they were.
Oh my god.
Jason have known?
Well, Jason would know of all the clans because
Right, but
they're not.
it's hard to tell when a kindred is of a certain clan unless you already know that.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
basically there's only two which are very noticeable. That is, look at
Yeah,
the
I mean-
Sombra through a camera and look at the Nosferatu,
Yeah, like
Yeah,
there's
also
not many
with Sombra.
Jason.
and
But
look at the
Jason is a
Salubra because they have three
Nosferatu.
eyes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Jason would have informed them of the clans and their abilities because I gave him a cult 3 with
I
a
mean-
specialty in vampiric lore.
Mhm.
Oh, the explosive reels.
So he
But
definitely
yeah,
needs to die.
Like
So-
Yes, I did.
I need to find a way to get you lot in a room with a coagulant mine because
Yeah.
those are fun.
Yeah.
Nope.
But the issue here is Joey would just say about that prison, Nate, we'll deal with that after we take out the leadership. Or we
Yeah.
inform Queen Anne and say, we're busy dealing with the leadership, send in a B team.
No, I've got it. We kill the SI leadership and then we crash the SI helicopter into the warehouse.
Wait, okay.
I'm okay with that.
Another thing.
I think we
also-
just kill them all and it'll we're
with,
fine.
with what I've got in that building, oh no, that's gonna be so bad. Please do. Please, I
Okay.
beg of you. It's all I want in life. It's gonna be
Yes.
so
Doozer.
bad.
Doozer,
It needs
With-
to happen now. Yeah.
if with your permission, Jason's current location is the SI headquarters.
Oof. No, I don't think they would allow you in there, even as an informant. They wouldn't.
Now my
allow-
question
they
is,
wouldn't
how can
allow
I
a
destroy
kindred in
a
there.
building?
I mean, so for one thing,
Damn it.
there's getting you to it. For one thing, you're a walking. You're like like they don't give a shit about the masquerade, but you are still going to draw a lot of attention.
You know, there's
Ask
actually
if
a
a
fairly
thousand
easy
faces
way.
wouldn't do it, but you know.
There's a fairly easy way of demolishing a building.
Mhm.
So
All we need is a map of subterranean London.
That's true.
Jason,
I can get that.
here's
Yeah,
another thing.
exactly. We're just
Here's
turning
another
this into Skyfall.
Sorry,
Yeah.
Jason's power is silence of death.
Yeah.
Death. Basically, what's the vanish? Like the
Unseen passage.
unseen
passage?
passage, and ghost in the machine.
So basically the same layout as Lucy.
So moving him isn't a problem.
Mhm.
I think it's more of a no
but-
dogs on the couch kind of thing.
Yeah, like they are not
Yeah.
going to let you in there because here's the thing. Here's the thing. A lot of the information Jason would have told them, they have no way of verifying. Like clans, for example, they've got no way of verifying that.
Yeah.
Like as far as for all they know, you could just be talking absolute bullshit. They've got
And
no way of Jason anyway. They've got no way of verifying most of what he's telling them.
And it sounds like absolute bullshit.
Yes,
Yeah, it's like
yes,
the
it does.
only ones
Like-
who would actually be okay. This was look for anyone that is fuck ugly. They're probably a Nosferatu. That's the only one that is
Yeah.
verifiable.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like look for anyone that looks truly horrifically monstrous.
It's-
And
I mean, it sounds like something that some bored goth nerds came up with in like the late 80s.
Yeah, but the thing is,
World of Darkness being edgy, never.
but the thing is, if we're going by the old the last campaign, Jason taught the thin blood alchemy. Let them know that there's a group of thin bloods out there.
The path for the thin blood is slightly different. You haven't really interacted with her. Jason hasn't really interacted with her because her path is a little different.
Okay, but he has been a willing test subject for weapons that could and will kill him if tested
while I
improperly.
get the appeal of bringing in an old character like that, I think it adds such a layer of complexity in a game that is already like kind of skewed in silly ways, with lots to keep track of.
Yeah, it's like this is just a version of Jason, not the version of Jason.
Yes,
Yeah.
a version of Jason, not the.
See, I
Ow.
think having a version of Jason fits perfectly with the prison idea that I have,
Uh,
but also fits perfectly with Khan's endgame.
Mhm.
which I think I told you.
Yeah,
about
you
it,
told us
right?
about. Yeah, it's the same as last time.
Come on,
Yeah.
stop. Clumping
My
up.
question for his end game is why the fuck is he waiting so long? Just you have a warehouse full of kindred. Just fucking
Hold on. Stars and wishes, guys, are way off
Oh
track.
yeah. Anyway, yeah. The stars of wishes. My star is Joey being a
You've
shit.
already done that. You've already done that.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
which is, like I said, for you to go to the warehouse because there will be nothing there waiting for you. I promise.
Stop foreshadowing badly, Doozer.
I know you're not great. I'm sorry.
Okay, Sarah, stars and wishes.
Star, I would actually say just it's a coin toss between either the mad planning session after regrouping or the talk in the chantry. That was just fun. I just like really enjoyed that one.
Any wishes?
For or something like domestic terrorism to go actually successfully.
Okay. Okay.
I want to
Shadows.
become more humane. By the way,
Shadows. Stars and wishes.
He's eating. Bad timing.
I'm a little shit.
We've got Lauren over here being like, I want to be more human. By the way, I'm
Gene.
accidentally a terrorist.
Jen. Stars and wishes.
Yes,
No,
my
accidentally.
star was saying that punching the little girl would be the second worst thing to happen to her. And my wish
Christ.
is
Oh my god.
my wish is for Jean to actually get to punch someone.
I mean, isn't
So-
that your wish for every session where there isn't a fight?
There's just
Okay,
It's like,
Ryan.
no,
so
it's a
much
session where
social
we-
interaction in this game.
It's a session where we managed to talk our way out of a fight. My wish is to punch things.
Ryan. Stars and wishes.
Star, definitely the scene in the chantry was a really good scene. Even if Joey had heard that scene, he'd be like, I don't understand what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Wishes. Yeah, no real wish. Again, I'm just hoping our terrorism goes well.
Okay,
Yeah.
Shadows. Stars and wishes.
Now that you're no longer eating.
Stars and
Come on,
wishes.
camera.
Shadow.
You can focus, maybe.
I think your camera is just slightly blurry this after show.
I give
Got
up.
a little
Whatever.
sombra in here.
Yeah, I'm not a sombra IRL. This is
you're-
the problem.
Your camera has ADHD. It can't focus.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Stars and wishes, for fuck's sake.
So
Wars and stitches.
my star.
Uh,
Probably the library scene. It was pretty good because Lucy clearly couldn't roll for shit this time. That hurt my soul. That reminded me of this one overpowered character I made who had like 14 dice to everything and still managed to roll 0 successes.
Yeah.
I mean, that is
That
like
last time I was like, I'm
Soulbound.
using the quarterly merit. Like we're
That's like the
fixing
Soulbound
this.
one shot. Like the only reason you guys survived is because the demon fucked up so massively.
Yeah.
Yes.
anyway, so my
that
star.
one shot.
And
As
your
for
wish.
my
Like
wish,
Your wish.
as for my wish, before someone steals it all,
Well,
I really wanna have that chat with Deuce about my many drones that I'm making in the
How
background.
many are you planning on making? Just give us a ballpark
all
number.
of them. The answer is
Well,
yes.
at least a couple flying ones, at least a couple spot ones,
So conservatively, you're looking for like 10.
maybe a dozen, maybe a baker's dozen.
Yeah, thereabouts. Roughly
Okay.
between 10 and 20,
Yeah.
thereabouts.
Yeah,
so
somewhere around
my
there.
stars.
Like if did we not do you?
No,
Lol.
I was the one hurting you cats.
Mm,
To be fair, we're very cool cats.
We
We're
are.
also just
We are.
having so much fun right now.
Anyway, my star was honestly like Like when Timothy was like quasi truce and Jean was like, I wasn't aware we were fighting.
Oh god, yeah, I forgot about that. You know what? Actually, I think that might be my star too. That was so brilliant. I loved that response. Yes, just so brutal.
And
Without
your wish?
My wish was actually fulfilled. We went an entire session without Timothy getting bullied.
Lol.
I am sad. We
I mean, did he though? Because Jean kind of bullied him.
yeah, that
with
was kind of a
line.
bully. I don't know.
Jean gets a pass because she bullies everyone.
Oh,
Sure.
fair.
Fair.
But,
It's like
fair.
it's
yeah,
But
not
that was a
exclusively.
burn. So
It's not exclusive
Yeah,
to
if-
Timothy.
Okay,
She
there's a
bullies
difference
everyone.
between active bullying and just snide remarks.
Yeah.
Like,
That's because Joey didn't get to really talk the session.
lol.
True.
But
that's how we get Timothy not being bullied. We just shut up Joey.
Just,
Heyo.
Joey said nothing PP this session. Like, give him a round of applause.
Well, I did say we should use a kid, the ghost of a kid, as a, you know.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, we take it back.
I mean, that's not the creepiest thing he could have said. Like, I don't know.
Actually, that is
Half points.
yeah.
I mean, for Joey,
within
that's pretty tame.
within the show, that is the mildest thing he has said so far.
True.
Yeah. Oh god, that's a real low benchmark.
It
Yeah, I
really
know.
is. For clarification on if anyone cares, but a little bit of clarification. Oh, pardon me. I'm sorry. That was gross. I burped. For clarification on the Chantry scene, the reason Ice knows all that stuff about Tremere is because somebody told her.
Dun dun dun.
Dun dun
Dun
dun.
dun dun. I
I'm
could
more
use the
concerned about
soundboard, but I don't know
actually
which
Memphis
button
fighting
does
the
it.
werewolf.
So.
Sorry, what?
Like,
You were both.
I'm more. So how does she know about Mithras fighting the werewolves? Because I'm sure that happened like after he was blown up, but before he got like into torpor.
How
and eaten.
indeed? How does she know all these things? I mean,
Like,
she would
really-
need. She'd need access to somebody who. There's two ways she could know. She would have access to either somebody that was there, which
Mhm.
that would be Mithras. And why would Mithras talk about a time he almost got his ass kicked? Or she would need access to somebody with the ability to see an event like that.
Mhm.
Like a mage of time.
Or
Yeah,
just a mage? Just a
Yeah, just a
blood
Tremere.
sorcery. Because there's
a
a
mind
ritual for
mage.
that.
Or somebody with Auspex.
Yeah, somebody with Auspex, somebody with blood sorcery, a time mage, or a mind mage, because you can
can't
just look
see
into someone's
back in
memories.
Okay,
Prophecy could do it, but back in time is not a thing.
Yeah, so basically,
yeah,
just
I'm gonna
time
piece.
plus mind mage would make it possible.
I'm gonna have to peace out. So see ya.
Yeah.
Bye.
So I think this is where we ended, right?
Yeah.
I just wanted to clarify something before we end it, and it's like the reason like there is such that disconnect of like I want to try and be more human, but also let's stage a terrorist organization, stage a terrorist attack and hijack a helicopter. That's a deliberate choice. That is actively because in the Chantry scene,
Oh, I know. It's
talking
just,
about her
just
darker
funny.
self is like this is what happens when her darker self comes out.
Mhm.
I know. The
I mean,
thing is,
terrorism is a thing that humans do. Like,
Yeah, this is
worry
like,
about
to be fair,
it accomplishes a goal.
To be fair, the goal we're set out to do and how we're going to do this probably is going to be the thing that limits the amount of actual death.
Yeah, no, actually, like because our targets specifically are the SI High Command, faking a terrorist attack and causing the building to evacuate is probably the most humane way of doing this.
You say that, but Lucy's definitely just planning to blow up the actual building. Like, from the foundations.
Okay, I'm not going to stop her because I can't, but I'm going to just try and ask her, like, at least make sure the building is empty before you just blow the charges, please.
and Lucius is like, yeah. Sure.
we'll set the fire alarm off like 5 seconds beforehand.
But we assume if a terrorist attack happens, a building evacuation would, be standard practice
no, that-
for not important people.
Yeah.
I assume
In any
they have
case,
forewarning.
is that it for the after show?
Yep, I
Yes, I
do
think
believe
that's enough.
so. Unless there's any nonsense anybody else wants to do or say first.
No,
I mean,
because
I just
Sarah's
want to-
crashed.
I just want to clarify. Jean really wants to punch something. Just anything.
Well, if you go to where the prisoners are being kept, Jean will get to punch somebody. Maybe she'll get to punch Jason.
I
Well-
will hold you to that. If I don't get to do it, I'm going to come down to London and like find you.
Well, if we have that nightmare,
I mean, you know what? Please do go to London and try to find me. Please, I beg of you.
TLDR, he's not there.
Mostly
I know.
because I don't live in London.
I know.
if you really want to punch something, if we do have that nightmare episode with your character and Joey, there's a good chance you end up
Yeah.
punching Joey. Once you do.
That's true.
Then again, that might just kill Joey.
That is a risk I'm willing to take.
Same.
Some of you may die, and that is a risk I am willing to take.
It's a 100% successful trip. But sir, we lost Joey. A 100% successful trip.
Yup. In which case, happy birthday!